Imagine this. You work your butt off day after day, and every couple of weeks you get a paycheck. You see all the taxes the government takes out, and you get this warm, fuzzy feeling because you know you've helped pay for an honor student to study Taylor Swift lyrics. This is a great example of the government screwing something up and then saying they can fix it, only for them to screw it up even worse. What am I talking about? The so-called student loan debt crisis. That's the government's fault, and they're not trying to fix it either. They're going to make it worse so they'll have a chance to fix it again. And that fix will be the complete takeover of the higher educational system. You know what? Let's look at this through some of what the administration put out at whitehouse.gov. It starts off like this. President Biden believes that a post-high school education should be a ticket to a middle-class life. But for too many, the cost of borrowing for college is a lifelong burden that deprives them of that opportunity. Seriously? We're supposed to believe that poor people who've earned a college degree can't get to the middle class because they have to pay $150 a month for their student loans? It continues. Since 1980, the total cost of both four-year public and four-year private college has nearly tripled, even after accounting for inflation. Well, that's true. But are you not going to talk about why that's true? It's because of the federal government. The people in power told us that they want to make it possible for everyone to get a good education so that they'll be able to get a good job. And then they told us that the only way to get a good job is to go to college. So the government made it possible for millions of young people to get federally backed loans to pay for their higher education. And the increased demand on the university system caused prices to go way up. And so what did the government do? They increased the amount of money students could borrow to pay these inflated prices. And now the government is going to fix the problem by having people like my wife and I, who've paid off our student loans, to now have to pay off someone else's. Not only is that unfair to millions of people like us who paid our student loans back, and the millions more who never took out any loans, it doesn't fix the problem. Student loan debt is not what's stopping a poor person with a college degree from reaching the middle class. The problem is that they have a degree in something that ain't worth the paper it's written on. Why in the world would a bank give a loan to someone who isn't going to study something in a field that has good paying jobs? They wouldn't. That's why the government got involved, so that even the people who want to study nonsensical subjects can also go to college. In fact, you don't even have to choose a field of study to get a loan. You just have to tell them you'll figure it out when you get there. How could a system like that not possibly produce a bunch of debt and uselessly educated people? But just wait, because it's going to get a lot worse. Right now, the taxpayer who didn't co-sign for these student loans are going to be on the hook for hundreds of billions of dollars. But you know where this is headed, don't you? The taxpayer fully funding higher education, which will produce a lot more people with useless degrees. This student bailout is a step in the direction of free college. And by free, they mean that the taxpayer will pick up the tab. And that'll mean you'll get more people taking nonsense classes like studying the lyrics of Taylor Swift songs. This from CNN. The University of Texas at Austin is giving students a chance to study Taylor Swift lyrics alongside works by such literary icons as Shakespeare, John Keats, and yes, Robert Frost. The school is offering an undergraduate course, the Taylor Swift Songbook, this fall as part of its liberal arts honors program. It comes on the heels of a Swift-themed class at New York University last spring that ended with the singer as the commencement speaker. English professor Elizabeth Scala told CNN that she picked Swift because the pop star writes her own music and her lyrics can help illuminate similar techniques from classic poetry. Like I said at the beginning of this video, just imagine how great you're going to feel when the government takes money from your paycheck to pay for someone to study Taylor Swift lyrics. That's the Democrats' end goal. Democrats aren't interested in people getting good paying jobs. They're interested in getting votes. They're interested in power. And that means they have to create a large number of people who need the government to survive. And what better way to do that than to have a bunch of college indoctrinated people who can't get a decent job? I mean, isn't that what this bailout is about? Paying uselessly educated people to get votes? And the sad part is that it might work, because there are millions of people who have useless degrees. But it's not their student loan debt that's causing them to not get ahead. It's the fact that they were pushed into going to college to study something that's worth nothing. They were told that all you have to do is follow your dream and go to college and you'll be successful. But the fact is, most degrees you can get are just plain crap. And that's the simple truth. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And if you all want to support this channel, check out the links in the description and let's keep putting some common sense back into the great debate.